Bertram, over here!
Evelina! Fancy seeing you here.
How are you? I've not seen you for such a time. Off having fantastic adventurings, no doubt?
Not exactly. How are you? Have you been busy?
Not at all, Bertram. There is so little news to report upon nowadays. Since all those dreadful murderings stopped, I've had nothing to do. I'd really hoped that the Geoff the Murderer story would make my name as an independent investigative journalist. But it's been so quiet recently. Even Sherlock Holmes has gone away on an extended holiday. I hope something newsworthy happens soon, or I may be forced to make my own headlines. I'm almost tempted to murder someone myself, just for something to write about.
I'm currently investigating a case for Mrs. Dulsworth. It's nothing much, but I'm hoping it may turn into some sort of fantastical adventure.
Dulsworth, eh? Here's a name I've not heard in a while. I know a few things about old squeaky clean Dulsworth that would shock the likes of you.
Really, madam? Do you mind?
Ooh, la-di-da. Does your lady friend want some flowers?
Oh, no. She isn't my... I'm not her...
No, thank you, madam. I'm not a flowery person.
Suit yourself.
I'm going away for a few days. There is something very important I need to do.
Off somewhere nice, are you?
I shan't tell you any more. It is too complicated.
The red herring. 69.
Oscar, what are you doing?
I'm protesting, Bertram. My dear friend, Walter, has been thrown into prison simply for being an artiste. Until Walter is set free, I shall remain enshackled here.
Well, I hope you really stick it to the man, Oscar.
Me too, Bertram. Me too.
Did I go in there before?
You can tell a lot about a gentleman by the size of his hat. What a fine selection of beards and whiskers. The right beard makes an excellent personality substitute.
Would you like to upgrade your facial hair?
I am already more than sufficiently endowed in the moustache department. Thank you very much.
It will take me ages to mend these mancessories with needle and thread.
So it would seem.
Watch out, pigeons.
Werther. Full fee.
Bertram, what are you doing?
I've been working late, and Mrs. Dulsworth has asked me to do something.
It's not an adventure, is it? You know I forbade you to have any adventurings. They are such a waste of money.
Of course, my dear. I wouldn't dream of it.
Besides, I am much better off since you started work at the soap factory.
Don't be twiddling nose. You'll ruin my bakering. Don't make me come over there.
Ooh, nice buns. Being a baker is a whiskey business.
I'm far too busy whisking to talk. It's how I keep my batter so smooth and creamy.
She's engrossed in a frenzy of master baking.
The whirling mechanism is second to none.
Ooh, pun cakes, my favourite.
Okay, let's go to the murder alley.
A rather bleak and sinister alley. Good evening, Ma'am.
Is it indeed? Be off with you. Idling is frowned upon round here.
Really?
Such a sour attitude. She has a face like a squashed strawberry.
I heard that.
Mrs. Dulsworth's cameras scrutinise the whole street. I doubt if anything gets past her watchful gaze. I have an appointment with Mrs. Dulsworth.
I can't hear you. There must be a fault on the line. Can you hear me? Nod if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Very much so.
Those vulgar messages are an eyesore. I'm not letting you in until I know who you are. I ham, bird, tram, fig, dull. Ah, so you are Bertram Fiddle. Why didn't you say so? You're late.
Playing Bertram Fiddle.
The Dulsworth estate looks like they've cleaned up with their soap business. They must have made a packet. Good day, sir. That's a sizable hole you're digging.
Yes, sir. Mom has instructed me to dig it, though I don't know why.
Splendid plumage for this time of year.
Indeed, I don't know what Mom uses for fertiliser, but they are always unseasonably hearty.
Pan.
Pan, guardian of the forest. Looks like Mrs. Dulsworth is waiting for me.
This does. What is waiting for me? Yeah.
How do you do, Ma'am?
You're late, Mr. Fiddle. I've been watching your dilly-dallyings. It is the sign of a simple mind.
That was no dilly-dallying. That was top-quality investigative strolling you witnessed.
I see everything, Mr. Fiddle, everything. He so very rarely sits with me anymore. I expect you want a cup of tea.
It's always a good time.
It's cold and very bitter.
That's how I like it. He has a weak mind, Mr. Fiddle, and is easily led astray. Lately, he has a crazy look in his eyes. I've seen it before, and know he is up to something. I only have his best interests at heart. I need to know what he is doing.
I did find this letter in his safe. It would appear that your son is in love.
Love? What does he want to be in love for? He tried that once before, and I had to put a stop to it. I knew what she was planning, even if my Algernon didn't.
What lovely specimens!
Taxidermy is one of Algernon's hobbies. It takes his mind off things.
A perfect view of the soap factory.
I like to keep a close eye on my son. Recently, he has become even more feckless than usual.
Okay.
I'll be off then. If I uncover any more news, I'll be sure to let you know. I will leave no stone unprobed.
Make sure you do. I'm only trying to protect him, Mr. Fiddle. A mother is a boy's best friend, Mr. Fiddle.
Look out for the squirrel. Uh-oh.
Goodness me, it's you!
Here I am.
It's Geoff. That'd be too easy if Mr. Dulsworth was Geoff, would it?
Oh my! Don't move, I'll get help. How did he jump that? I wouldn't believe such a feat was possible. There's no way that I can scale that.
Oh, there's Sherlock.
Well, 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 Fiddle. I must admit you had me fooled. I never would have suspected you were Geoff the Murderer.
Sherlock, what are you doing here? I thought you were on holiday.
I just got back, and it's lucky I did, you despicable fiend.
But Sherlock, it wasn't me. How could you think that?
Well, let me see. Let's look at the evidence. There's a dead body, and there's you.
You're quite mistaken. I saw Geoff run off in that direction.
It's a shame there aren't any witnesses to back up your ludicrous story. You, madam, did you see what happened?
Indeed I did, Mr. Holmes. I heard a scream and looked out my window and saw that man standing over that poor dead lady.
Well, thank you, nosy old crone. That's all the proof we need.
Sherlock, you can't honestly think it was Bertram. Look, murderous footprints leading right to that wall.
Take him to jail, Street.
Right you are, sir.
But it wasn't me. me! I'm innocent!
If I had a penny for every time I've heard that one, Fiddle. Take him to jail. Looks like you won't be winning any wages now, Fiddle.
Something doesn't smell quite right, Sherlock. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Watson, you have to believe me. I'm not Geoff.
I know, Bertram. I know.
Send for Gavin. Tell him I need help.
Of course. Hold tight, Bertie.
Oh, shush, Watson.
Chapter 2, a wrongful confinement. Yeah, that's...
Welcome to your new home, you terrible, terrible man.
Unhand me, you oaf. Don't you know who I am?
Geoff the Murderer, by all accounts.
Nonsense. I have been framed. I'm innocent.
Oh, everyone who comes in here is innocent. Makes no difference to me.
Oh my! What shall I do? I've got to get out of here. This pipe is loose.
Oh, it's mine now.
Ew. One toothbrush between the three of us. That's not very hygienic.
What? We've been locked in here for a long time.
I am innocent. I demand to be let out.
You ain't going anywhere, you fiend. Here's your supper.
Supper.
This gravy is a strange colour. It really isn't to my palate.
Well, at least I remembered the gravy.
I can feel a faint draught through some of these cracks. This wall isn't as impenetrable as it looks. I wonder if I can tunnel out.
You tunnel out? What with? And how will you stop the guard from seeing?
Nothing is impossible if you use your head. I'm sure Gavin will have us out of here in a whir.
We'll just take
This
the man's
blanket is rough as canvas.
Use this guy.
Hello, cellmate. What are you in for?
My name is Walter, and my only crime is being an artiste.
Oh, that's quite harsh.
I'll say, sitting in here, unable to paint, it's sapping me of my will to live. Without my paints, I'm nothing.
Do not give up hope. Gavin, my one-eyed manservant, will help.
Your positivity is upsetting me. Leave me to my gloom.
Mr. Fiddle.
Don't wake Shirley!
Sir, are you in there?
Oh, Gavin! Have you come to rescue me?
Don't worry, sir. I'll get you out as soon as I can. If you have anything I can use, throw it through the window.
What are you up to? I'm not going to let you do anything while I'm standing here. I'm watching you, Sonny. Nothing's going on round here while I'm on guard. I'm on high alert. I shan't desert my post. Don't try anything funny. I'm not in the mood. I missed afternoon nibbles today, and I'm a bit peckish.
What do we know around here that has food? Cake? Cake shop. Oh, good grief. I thought Bertram walked slow. Gavin takes forever. Probably that darn depth perception of his.
Coffee. A bit of butter makes the batter better.
A little bit of butter does make a batter better.
Very Moorish.
Yes, they are. They're so good, I know you'll want to stay for more. Once you try, you can't say goodbye.
Oh! I double clicked. You started running. We'll have to start double clicking. The biscuit given to the cop.
Take the cake.
It's a bribe.
Well, I shouldn't really eat on duty, but one little bite can't hurt. That is delicious. Where did you get that from?
Aunt Fanny is giving it away at the cakery.
Really? I've got to have another. Can you just keep an eye out for me? I'll be back in a jiffy.
Keep an eye out.
He's gone at last. Now I can help Mr. Fiddle. Mr. Fiddle, if you have anything I can use, throw it through the window. The mortar is weak. With the right tool, I can make a hole.
This.
Ugh, such vivid colours. What's that? Lurking in that hole? A blood-sucking crimson cockroach.
Oh, there we go.
It won't bite me now. It's a pile of red powder. Look how red it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm losing my appetite. This meal is barely palatable.
Oop. Alley-oop.
The mortar is weak. With the right tool, I can make a hole.
Cool. Ooh, this is new.
Extra! Extra! London's most elusive villain, Geoff the Murderer, caught at last! Sherlock Holmes does it again! Little-known explorator found guilty, known as the despicable Mr. Fiddle, his reign of terror is over!
Don't believe everything you read in the papers. What is that?
That quick-drying cement is wonderful. Turns rock hard before you know it. I reckon I've filled enough holes now. Just gonna sit here and wait for the clock to strike so I can go home. Soon as that bell rings, I'm off.
If I can make a bell ring, he can go home. We have a saying in Peru. A crocodile can't tell you the correct time. The clock looks broken. He's going to be waiting for a long time.
That's right, Gavin is super strong, isn't he? Went to the bakery, now we're going to the man port. Didn't even have to pay for it.
Cheerio!
Cheerio! And he's off. What else we got around here? Well, they left the flowers. Where'd that come from? Where'd the rock come from?
Look at the size of your hole.
I've hit rock bottom.
That is a hefty stone.
I've hit rock bottom.
He looks good at filling holes.
You know what's so funny is